Rugby has been around since the early 19th century. The game was first invented in 1823, but the first international rugby union match wasn't until 1871 between England and Scotland, which marked the beginning of international rugby matches. Women's rugby had a bit of a later introduction to the world. It wasn't for another 100 years that it became a formally organised sport. In 1962, Edinburgh University created the first official women's rugby union team. However, the first organised women's rugby union match didn't take place until 1968. This documentary is to bring attention to women's rugby to grow and strengthen the ever-growing community. It will give an insight into what rugby players feel about the sport and how it has affected them as a person. How long have you been playing rugby for?
Since the first age group, so maybe since I was 5, so 10 plus years.
I think this is my second year now, so yeah.
A year and a half.
Probably about 2 years now.
Just coming up for 4 years.
I stopped for a while and then started again a year and a half ago, probably, just over a year ago.
Rugby has become a community for many different people from all different backgrounds. Outside the sport, there is constant support and encouragement from people both in your team and the community as a whole. The teams will always have an understanding of each other because of the similar positions they have been in.
Why do you play rugby?
I guess it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it makes sure that I'm keeping fit and active, I guess. So getting my hour in a week? I don't know.
Because I enjoy it. It's a very good social space, and you can feel like you. Hang on. It's not people that you would usually just see at school or at work. So it's just kind of your own personal space, and I enjoy that.
I play rugby for the fitness, the health benefits, the social benefits. I've made a lot of friends, the mental health benefits, and it's just fun to get some rage and aggression out in a legal way.
It's, the social aspect of it, the people that play rugby, they're just really special. And I think compared to a lot of other sports, there's a real teamwork and camaraderie about rugby that you don't see in a lot of other sports. There's a respect as well. It truly is that game for hooligans played by gentlemen and gentlewomen. And just the stress relief. And it's really noticeable, I think, how different I feel if I haven't been able to play for a while.
How do you think rugby has affected you as a person?
I think I've become more confident, I guess, in myself, because obviously you have to work in a team environment, so I guess teamwork as well, so I can cooperate with others. I feel like it's also improved my strength.
I think it's made me a bit more confident, not really, but a bit, and then a bit more stronger as well, which is good.
Got stronger. I'm better at teamwork skills, more confident. I feel like it's made me a lot happier as a person because and it's channeled my anger issues a lot.
I feel like it made me a lot more calm because I had a good outlet for my anger in a controlled environment.
It's about quadrupled my friend group. I now have no life outside of rugby, but it has massively improved both my mental and physical health.
It does calm me down. It does give me something to take stress out. There's nothing like hitting a pad or somebody else to make yourself feel a bit better.
Although men's rugby was around before women's, and people tend to watch more male sports in general, women's rugby is becoming more popular by the day and will continue to do so through time.
And how do you feel women's rugby is valued compared to men's?
I think it is valued a lot lower, and I don't think it should be, because I think women's rugby is better. But then again, I'm biased.
I think men's is looked like, people know rugby, associate rugby with men, not women. So
I think it's not valued much at all. It's getting better now. It's more televised and it's more popular, which is it's going in the right direction, but it's not really valued, and it should be. I feel like people associate rugby with men, which it shouldn't be like that. It should be associated with women as well, because women's rugby is just better.
I think women's rugby teams see even their opposition as teammates in bringing women's rugby up to the level it should be at. I notice a lot more support across clubs for women's teams versus the support I see for men's teams. So people will go and play games for other teams where in men's rugby that's not as common. I think it's a lot more of a sisterhood across clubs rather than just limited to your own club, whereas men's rugby seems to be a lot more limited to their own club.
It's getting there. Seeing the number of people watching the Six Nations and watching the Women's World Cup now, and seeing how how prominent some of our big women players are, I think it's impressive to see. It's wonderful to see. Playing initially, I had no female role models. I didn't know who the international players were, even if there were any. So I think now the fact that we can see them out there playing regularly, televised. It's not as big as the men's game yet. It still hasn't got the numbers, but it's coming.
Okay.
2, 3.
Okay, ready?
What is it?
I'm not taking part.